today it's all about the new E-Ruck we were building. Get the controller on there, and then you can plug the harness in, the sub harness for the controller, just one big connector. So that you don't hit this bar, so that when it closes, you can see underneath there. That to miles per hour, but as far as electrical, it works as it should. It's good. We got our brake light. We'll go ahead and turn left turn signal. I need to put that in the battery box, which is why it's just hanging there. Left turn signal, right turn signal. Any questions at all, drop it in the comments. Let me know. That allows me to help you and likewise help the community and other people that might have the same questions. There is a little bit to it, but it's pretty user friendly, and like I said, I'll walk you through the whole thing. You do not know what you're missing out on. It is a blast. It's a riot! They're a riot! Oh, so fun. You can't not have fun when you're on one of these. I mean, it's something about riding that small bike fast, let alone having the torque just blow by. It's so much fun. You could demand so much power from this. I currently have this tuned at, I think it's 22 kilowatts. I have to double check on that. But I'll tell you, 22 kilowatts on this little thing, it's a riot. It's a riot. And I implore everyone that's watching, if you ever run into me and you do not ask to ride my stuff, what are you even doing? Because take the keys. Do it! Drink the Kool-Aid! It's so yummy. If you guys can't tell in my voice, just the very prospect of letting people witness what this is, what these are, these bikes, the electric swap, the prospect of that idea is just, it makes me so excited, because I know whoever sits on these and even does a quick down the road and back is going to be like, I need that right now in my life. I have never seen anyone smile so big as they do when they ride things like these. Anyways, I digress. Back to talking about the bike. It is a QS13890H custom fab. The mounting points, the swing arm comes from QS Motors, and we just kind of make that work. I'll pull up here. We're going to ride through the city, just explore around, and then I'll show you guys what it's all about. I take a lot of pride in my build. To me, it's an art form, and I enjoy mixing the performance with the aesthetic, because the idea is that I want to build a show bike that gets down like a normal bike. I don't want it to sit in a trailer or parking lot somewhere and no one actually enjoy it. It's like even right now, very light throttle and just climbing up through 40 effortlessly on a Ruckus, mind you. All right, so there she is in all her glory. Let's talk about it. So front end, we have the Pro Build setup. It's like kind of a whole kit that comes from rolling wrench, front forks, the brake, the line, the levers. I really like Pro Build products. I think they're really nice. A lot of people flame me for being like, they're just Chinese mass produced. But like at the end of the day, everything we buy, for the most part, for these bikes is kind of China mass produced, unless you're buying like one-off pieces like what we fabricate or the battery box or that kind of stuff. I digress. Rolling wrench, front end setup there. Got the, I think these are Mojo bars, DKD display. Again with that matte blue. I love how that came out. The really cool thing about this build too, I absolutely adore, is the Grom wheels. So the rear wheel I had from QS Motor, and I wanted to match it, but conveniently enough, that is almost to a T, that is a stock SF wheel. And I love how that comes out. It's just something different. You see a lot of the dish builds on these bikes for the wheels, and so I really like that. And then back end, we have that QS 138. Pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's pretty seamless. You got the shock in the back, rear center shock, and then a mounting point in the bottom there. Battery sits underneath where the gas normally goes. And then you can run a rear rotor. I normally don't run rear brakes because I have the regen, so I just put the plate back there. And the nice thing about this bike is it is belt drive, so it's very, very quiet. This is kind of cool how you can tuck the controller underneath the seat, keep it kind of out of the elements as well. I don't normally ride in the rain, but if you were to, that kind of keeps it shielded a lot. Versus I see some guys that do these modifications where they might put the controller under here. You're constantly spraying that with road debris or water or whatever, rocks. And one thing that I absolutely love is keeping the orange wires for the phases. I just love that look of, hey, this bike's electric. You see it orange wires. Anyone that doesn't know electric still sees orange and they go, oh, that's different. So a lot of guys like to shroud those or put black looming around them. I like to leave them orange. Just think it adds to the aesthetic. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about the build, let me know. Happy to answer anything, tell you how I did things. Pick my brain. I want to be an advocate for the community. I'm not a gatekeeper. I want to help people bring their visions to life, and that's why I build these for people, to do that for people that might not want to wrench on their own or might not have the ability to do so.